Welcome to the Growth Lab podcast with me, Matt Harris. Most soft FM companies are solving the wrong problems. They think they need more leads when they actually need fewer, better ones. The issue isn't your proposal or your marketing, it's commercial clarity, knowing exactly who you serve, what problems you solve for them, and having systems to reach them before your competitors do. Every episode, one framework, with real numbers attached, tested in soft FM businesses doing 3 to 10 million in revenue. Let's get into it. You're winning 3 out of 10 deals. Your competitor is winning 6 out of 10. Same service, same market, same pricing band. And you can't explain the difference. You lost a deal last month that should have been yours. Same scope as the 3 others you won. Better site access, stronger existing relationships. You pitched it the same way, they went with someone cheaper. And you still didn't know why. This isn't a sales execution problem, it's an ICP problem. And it's costing you 60% of your BD capacity every single month. Let's start with what's actually happening in your pipeline right now. You got 15 opportunities, 5 are construction, 5 are housing association, 5 are property service or FM clients. You're chasing all of them with the same pitch deck. You win 3 of 5 of them, but here's the problem you're not seeing. 10 of those 15 opportunities were never winnable, not because of pricing, not because of your delivery capability, because your value proposition doesn't match to their decision framework. Let me show you what I mean. When you're pitching a construction main contractor, they're assessing program risk. Their question is, will this supplier create a problem I have to fix? They're evaluating delay mitigation, site disruption exposure, health and safety compliance, subcontractor reliability. When you're pitching to a housing association, they're assessing compliance risk. Their question is, can I prove due diligence if something goes wrong? They're evaluating audit trails, regulatory certainty, social value contribution, resident communication protocols. When you're pitching to a property service client or FM provider, they're assessing operational risk. Their question is, will this remove variability from my P&L? They're evaluating cost predictability, multi-site control, reporting transparency, margin protection. 3 completely different decision frameworks. And your pitch deck says, reliable service, experienced team, competitive pricing. None of those match to any of their risk priorities. So they default to price because you haven't given them a commercial reason not to. This is why your win rate feels random. Let's talk about what this is actually costing you. You're burning 60% of your BD capacity every month, chasing opportunities that don't match the buyer environment you're actually built to serve. Here's how that plays out. Your team spends 40 hours across 15 opportunities. 10 of them are misaligned from the start. That's 26 hours of BD time spent on deals you can't win consistently every month, but it gets worse. Because you can't predict which opportunities are winnable, the founder gets pulled into every single deal to diagnose fit. Your team can't qualify without you because there's no pattern to learn. Construction deal needs one approach, housing deal needs another, property needs a third. You're not running one business with clear qualification criteria. You're running 3 incompatible businesses under one brand. And this creates 4 compounding problems. First, your win rate stays inconsistent. You win 3 out of 10 this month, maybe 5 out of 10 next month. You can't tell which deals close until the decision lands. Second, discounting becomes constant. When your value proposition doesn't speak to their specific risk framework, you're competing on features, and features compress to price. Third, operations can't systemize. Construction buyers need program protection capability. Housing buyers need resident communication protocols. Property buyers need multi-site reporting infrastructure. You're trying to deliver all 3 under one operating model. So you build breadth instead of depth, and nothing standardizes. Fourth, the founder stays trapped. Your team can't diagnose which opportunities are actually winnable, so every deal needs founder involvement to figure if it's aligned. This is the cost of an unclear ICP, not reduced TAM, wasted capacity. Now here's the belief that needs to change. Most 5 million soft FM operators think, we can serve all 3 buyer types, we just need to adjust the pitch. No, you can't, because adjusting the pitch for housing when you're built for construction requires different risk models. Construction buyers need program delay mitigation. Housing buyers need audit trail documentation. Those aren't pitched adjustments. They're different commercial structures. They need different pricing models. Property service clients need per site cost transparency. Construction clients need fixed budget certainty. Those aren't pricing adjustments. Those are different financial frameworks. Different operational design. Housing associations need resident communication protocols and complaints handling. Construction sites need health and safety compliance and site access coordination. Those aren't delivery adjustments. Those are different operating systems. You're not adjusting the pitch. You're rebuilding the business for a different buyer reality. And while you're trying to do both, you're systemizing neither. That's why the founder can't step back. That's why sales don't compound. That's why operations stay complex, because you haven't chosen who you're for. You can't systemize what you haven't defined. When your ICP is unclear, sales don't compound, delivery doesn't standardize, and value propositions don't sharpen. So here's the decision you're avoiding. Choose one primary buyer environment where your operational delivery matches their risk priorities. If you're exceptional at program coordination and site management, that's construction. If you're exceptional at compliance documentation and resident communication, that's housing. If you're exceptional at multi-site reporting and cost control, that's property services. Your value proposition speaks their procurement language. Construction, delay mitigation, program protection, site disruption management. Housing, audit readiness, regulatory certainty, social value delivery. Property, cost predictability, operational control, reporting transparency. Your pricing model reflects their budget reality. Construction, fixed price, variation protocols, retention structures. Housing, per property transparency, social value weighting, KPI-linked performance. Property, management fee clarity, SLA-based pricing, multi-site economies. Your team can diagnose fit without founder involvement. This is the unlock. When you choose one buyer environment, your team can learn the qualification pattern. They know what good looks like. They know which signals indicate alignment. They know when to walk away. Now, here's what you're thinking. But if I choose one, I'm walking away from revenue. You're walking away from revenue that requires you to be something you're not built to be, burns BD capacity on deals you can't win consistently, keeps the founder trapped in every qualification, prevents operations from standardizing, and creates pricing pressures because you're competing on features. That's not revenue, that's distraction. Here's what improves when you force this decision. Win rates stabilize. You're competing in one area with one set of rules. Your team can learn the pattern. You go from 3 out of 10 to 6 out of 10 because you're only pursuing opportunities where your value proposition actually maps their decision framework. Discounting reduces. Your value proposition is articulated in buyer-specific risk language. You're not competing on reliable service. You're competing on program protection or compliance certainty or cost control. You're no longer in a features battle. You're addressing the specific risk exposure. Founder dependency drops. ICP clarity creates a qualification framework the team can execute with. They know what construction program risk looks like. They know what housing opportunity requires capabilities you don't have. They know when to walk away. Operations simplify. You're not customizing delivery for incompatible buyer requirements. You're building depth instead of breadth. Your systems standardize. Your team gets better at one thing instead of mediocre at 3 things. Positioning sharpens. You become known for something specific. Not we do good work for lots of people, but we protect construction programs, or we deliver housing compliance certainty, or we control property service costs. That specificity is what creates market position. Here's what to do. Pull your last 20 opportunities, wins and losses. Answer one question from each. What buyer environment were they in? Construction, housing, property services. Then answer, which environment did we win most often with the least discounting and the least founder involvement? That's your ICP. Now look at your current pipeline. How many opportunities are outside that environment? Those are the ones that you need to stop pursuing. Not, let's see how it goes. Stop. Because every hour your team spends chasing misaligned opportunities is an hour they're not spending dominating the environment you're actually built for. This is the clarity decision that changes everything. Not how do we win more deals, but which deals should we stop chasing? Yes, it feels like reducing TAM. It's actually the only way to systemize growth, because you cannot systemize what you haven't defined. Execution can fix a positioning problem. The path to predictable revenue at 3 to 10 million isn't serving more buyer types. It's choosing one and becoming undeniable there. That's the episode. Pick one thing we covered and implement it this week. Systems only work when you use them. If you found this valuable, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next episode. For a deeper dive on commercial strategy, ICP work, and how to build predictable pipeline, I write a weekly Substack. Just search The Growth Lab. I'm also on LinkedIn and X at @IAM_Matt Harris. And if you're a 3 to 10 million cleaning, waste, or ground maintenance business ready to stop competing on price and to start controlling your pipeline, check the show notes. See you next time.